Okay, so Gwen Stacy has been confirmed to be appearing in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. And in this video, we are going to be talking about and breaking down potentially what her role could be in Season 2. How does she get bit by the spider? Is she even from the same Earth as this version of Peter Parker, or could she be from somewhere else? Let's just get straight into it. So if you guys didn't already know, at the end of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1, they actually were quick to announce a few things for the second season of the show. One of those things being Gwen Stacy, who presumably will be a main character going forward in the second season, alongside Peter, alongside Nico and Harry and everyone else in the show. There was initially mixed reactions from fans, some people saying, I don't know how I feel about this because we've seen Gwen a million times before, we've seen Spider-Gwen in the movies, in the comics, and in other shows now, can't we just have normal Gwen Stacy? Me, I'm 50-50. I do love Spider-Gwen, and I think the potential with her character is pretty much endless in comparison to the other version of Gwen Stacy from the 616 comics. However, we've seen Spider-Gwen's story done a million times over in the last 5 years, so I don't know how they're gonna make it fresh, but I guess we'll just have to see. But what role will she be playing, and will her origin story be converted into Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Well, I have 3 theories for you guys in this video on potentially what role she will be playing in this series. And trust me, the further down the line in the theories that we go, the crazier that the theories become. Stay with me now. Here is theory 1, the multiverse theory. Now, obviously, this is very self-explanatory, and actually, quite frankly, it is a little bit boring. Of course, we've seen Spider-Gwen in Across the Spider-Verse, as I've mentioned. Her character is inherently multiverse-driven. As we know, she comes from the Spider-Verse event written by Dan Slott. So basically, Spider-Gwen is basically a multiversal character, like she always has been right from her origin, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to assume that she will be from the multiverse in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. As in, she won't be from the same Earth as our Peter Parker, she will be interdimensional. And before you guys say, well, this is a more grounded Spider-Man show, they're not very likely to go down this route, well, I'd actually argue it's the opposite. The ending of Season 1 clearly showed that the showrunners weren't afraid of being interdimensional. And I think if they're willing to go interdimensional with space travel and portal hopping and Doctor Strange stuff, then they're more than likely, willing enough to go with the multiverse. And if Gwen's presence is interdimensional, this could set up future threats that are multiversal, like we saw with the Spot in Across the Spider-Verse, like we've seen with Morlun in the Spider-Verse comics, etc. We could see multiple different Spider-Men crossing over into the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man universe, including potentially even Spectacular Spider-Man, or the 90s animated show Spider-Man, who actually recently appeared in the new X-Men series. The possibilities are endless if they are willing to do the multiverse in this show. I know at this moment in time it's not a very popular thing. I know quite a lot of you guys watching this video will not want that to be the case, and personally, I wouldn't want that to be the case either. But since Spider-Gwen is a multiverse character through and through, like she was created with the purpose of the multiverse in mind, you can't rule out this possibility. But let's forget about the multiverse for 1 second, because let's move on to theory number 2, the Cindy Moon theory. Now, I'm calling this the Cindy Moon theory. It's actually got nothing to do with Cindy Moon, it just has parallels to her character from the comics. Now, for those of you who don't know who Cindy Moon is, essentially she is a character also from the Dan Slott run of comics. Essentially, it was revealed that after Peter got bitten by the spider in the original 616 comics written by Lee and Ditko, apparently, actually, after he was bitten, the spider went on to bite someone else. That being revealed in 2015 in the Dan Slott comics to be Cindy Moon. So yes, they did end up retconning the spider bite from the 60s, and the spider actually went on to bite another person who is Cindy Moon. Now, some of you guys are gonna know where I'm going with this theory, but essentially the theory states that Gwen Stacy is actually bitten by the same spider that bites Peter Parker. And the reason why this theory works so well is because we never actually see the spider die in the show. The spider never gets killed off, and its presence in the world is kind of left ambiguous, meaning that we never really know what happens to it. We don't know if it does go on to bite anyone else, but with Spider-Gwen's involvement in Season 2, potentially this is what could have happened with the spider. I think the main question that people are going to have if this does turn out to be the case, is what was Gwen Stacy doing during the events of the entire first season? And I think that's going to be the only thing holding this theory back, is because the Cindy Moon theory suggests that she gets bitten straight after Peter Parker does, or within 24 hours of Peter being bitten as well. But now let's move on to the third and final theory, and by far the craziest theory out of all of them, which is the Norman Osborn theory. Now, this theory is completely wild, and I can't see this happening, but also I kinda can at the same time. Now, what if, let me pitch this to you. What if Gwen Stacy wasn't bitten? What if she was created? Yes, I am suggesting that this could be a possibility. I am, of course, referencing the Clone Saga. Yes, what if Norman Osborn is an amalgamation of not just his own character, but also Miles Warren? I know, this sounds very out there, but genuinely I could see them doing this. We know your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man likes to put a fresh twist on Spider-Man comics, on Spider-Man stories, so I could totally see this happening. We know Norman Osborn is obsessed with Spider-Man. He's obsessed with using Spider-Man's DNA to sort of make an army of spider people. So if he's obsessed with having his own superhuman spider person, then it's not out of the realms of possibility that he would try to create Spider-Man, like a clone of Spider-Man, right? And some of you guys will go, well, if he makes a clone of Spider-Man, wouldn't it just be Peter Parker? Wouldn't Peter Parker just be the clone? Well, actually, in the comics before, Gwen has been cloned. And no, not just in the 616 universe when Miles Warren had that weird obsession with Gwen Stacy and ended up cloning Gwen Stacy. No, Gwen Stacy has actually been cloned in the Ultimate Comics before as well. And it doesn't just end there. We have actually seen a female version of Peter Parker before as well. Jessica Drew from the Ultimate Comics is actually a female version of Peter Parker, a female clone. So what if all of these ideas are amalgamated into one storyline with Norman Osborn, where Gwen Stacy is actually a female version of Peter Parker? That would be really, really insane, but also really interesting at the same time. But how would this story work? Why would she be called Gwen Stacy? What is the whole story behind it? I don't know. Potentially it could happen in some sort of way where Gwen believes she has her own memories, she has her own identity, and maybe it's a story about self-discovery and about her actual past as a clone of the real Spider-Man. And I do think that genuinely could tie into the themes of the first season of responsibility. What can Peter's genetics do if given to the wrong hands? What would happen if Peter's genetics were passed on? And this adds a lot of weight to Peter's character as well. Gwen has been brought into this world not off her own back. She's been given these memories, she's been given this persona, but that's not who she really is. Really, she is just Peter Parker. And I think that could be really interesting. I think we've never really seen that explored in a Spider-Man show before, so I think that would be really interesting to see. But anyway, those are my 3 crazy theories. Well, maybe 1.5 crazy theories. I don't think the multiverse one's that crazy, but 3 theories on what Gwen Stacy could be and what role she could be playing in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. And of course, her being Spider-Gwen adds a whole nother layer of ambiguity to this character. If she was just Gwen Stacy, I think it would be very self-explanatory, very straightforward that she was just going to be some sort of side character among the other high schoolers. But the fact that she's Spider-Gwen, I think, adds a layer of spice to everything as well. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think Gwen Stacy is going to be doing in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2? Will she be a clone? Will she be from another universe? Will she just be Spider-Gwen, be bitten by the same spider that Pete was bitten by? Who knows? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.